Sarah, have y'all taken your lunch, right? Yeah, okay. I've heard Wani said there will be 19 people joining the workshop. So I think we still have 2 more people. Let's wait for another 5 minutes before they come. Then I'll start. Thanks. Oh, okay. So there will be total 17 ranks. Okay. So just to remind you that this is the workshop regarding to the empowering global distribution with supply chain strategy. So in case you're in the wrong room, then actually you can go because previously we had a training. Then we have asked them to confirm that they are in the correct training room. But no one stand up, no one raised up the hand. But after the bio break, 5 minutes, the person is gone. Yeah, so this is the training for empowering global distribution with supply chain strategy. So I'm sure every one of you are from procurement department, is that correct? Okay. So next I will be doing an activity, and this one will be related to your position of the company, of your job role. Okay. So as you can see, this is the pirate ship with a group of pirates. So I would like you to see on the screen and think which position you are in. And then you will tell everyone that this is like ice breaking session. So you can introduce yourself like, okay, my name is Wei Ting. I am with V-Trucks for maybe 5 years. I think my current position here is like 17. Why my position is like 17? Because I feel that I am trying to save the ship, but unfortunately I make the ship sink. Yeah, so just a short session of ice breaking. You can have, can you see the screen? Y'all can see the screen, right? So you can take some time, 2-3 minutes, and think which position are you currently in. I remember during my training, there was one participant. They say he said he is currently in number 13. Why? Because he is working in the team, but he is enjoying. That's why you can see, although he is working, but he is drawing.
We have to put ourselves in the positions of the department or company.
Anything. Your current condition, situation in the company, in the department, or in your current life. We will start from
Okay, my name is Macy from Procurement Department. So I think I will be in the role of number 3.
number 3. Where's number 3? Oh,
Yeah,
this one.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I'm holding the card to ensure that the team member is aligned with our directions.
How long have you been in the V-Trucks?
16 years.
16 years. And
More than 17.
lost count.
My name is Janice. I'm in the company I think for 5 years plus. I think I'm in the positions of number 16.
16. Where is
Yeah.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm in the position that I'm monitoring if any wrong or anything happen to the ship.
everyone, I'm Xin. Yeah, I'm in the for nearly 4 years. Yeah, I'll choose number 8 as well. Yeah, working together as a team to make sure the operation goes well to align to our firm's vision. Trying to hold the shape, the loan, such as like without for our current position, without forecast, meaning those planner are able to provide forecast then well by myself.
So you have to do it alone because without the forecast, you cannot work further.
Yeah. My name is Wei. I'm with Rachel for 60 years. So I'll see myself in the role for number 10.
Number 10.
So I'll weigh all the obstacles because handling the risk management, risk mitigation, to identify the risk, how can we run smoothly in terms of the operations.
Correct. Indeed, risk management in supply chain is very important. Yes. Yeah. Xin Hui.
I joined procurement almost 2 years. And then I see myself at number 11.
Number 11.
Impressive.
The one that is very short.
Not shocked. I can say it's impressive. Others people work, so I'm still looking for the others.
You are impressed by others' work. Oh, so this is the action of impress. Okay.
My name is Vicky. I have been with People's for 8 years.
8 years.
And I think my position is like number 8 and number 14.
Number 8.
Sometimes work.
Sorry, again. Number 8 is because.
Because of the teamwork, and then sometimes maybe too many issues, how to.
So because of many issues, you vomit. Okay. Okay. Number 3. Like the height. And number 8. Okay. Why? Okay. Nice. You like to take the challenge. Okay. To walk up to the stairs, and probably you will become number 4. So you're taking up the challenge. Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
As a new joiner, I think I definitely will be looking at just like future shows that people very good that I do.
My name is Mon.
Mon.
Yes. I have been working here for about 9 months. I see myself as number 10.
Number
Working
10.
on a daily job. Ensure I work everything okay.
Okay. Nice.
I'm working for 2 years. So many numbers.
So many numbers. Which one do you think suits you
I never see
the
that
best?
much of anything.
That's like it's
Pick
like
number 4.
Sorry?
Pick number 4. I'm
Number
going
4.
for
Number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why?
I'm going to flow with the company's direction and the team's directions.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
My name is GT. flag. It's a white flag.
It's okay.
Just a joking, I mean. My manager is also here. It's because our department target is very high.
And may I know which position you're in procurement?
Procurement, yeah, as well.
Buyer.
Buyer,
Okay.
yeah, we are all procurement, I think. It's just one more thing from the other department.
I see. Okay, thank you.
I'm Jen. I'm helpful for jobs more than 1 year. I will pick number 8 because I like pulling the anchor and make sure the ship can continue to sail.
Okay, nice.
You are so conservative, so not.
Just now was it 20?
Yeah, I see you as
I can see many of you choose number 8. I'm not sure whether is it because the manager is here. But it's okay, let's move on. Who else? Hi.
Hi, Wilson.
Hi.
I'm at the position number 6.
Number 6. Ah, why?
I'm with the division of jobs architect. So heading the division, making some directions for everyone.
So you are here, holding the field.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. So the reason why I am doing this activity is that we are all in supply chain department. So this supply chain cannot work solely. We have to work together with other people. And even if you are a buyer today, as a buyer, we cannot just do our work, focus our work. We have to depending on others department as well. For example, like you say, if we do not have forecast, then how the demand analyst will plan the work, how they are going to load their work order, how they are going to clear the CDE. So as supply chain, that's why it's very important that we work as a team and we contribute. So for this learning objective, after the workshop today, we will understand how's the global supply chain situation and logistic environment for today. And we can incorporate the strategies effectively and efficiently in our organization. So of course, by doing inventory flow process control, it will definitely help us in the company so that we can maintain competitiveness in your work. So since I think here everyone is from procurement, have you all heard about ethics?
I'm not from procurement.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
from business unit.
Agri-tech, right? Okay. So since most of the participants is from supply chain, so maybe you can Google what is ethics.
Associates for supply chain management.
Yes. Yes. So associate for planning, production, and control system, correct? So basically for supply chain, right, means everything they have their benchmark. So for example, if we are in accounting firm, we are in accounting industry, their benchmark of their qualification is CPA, ACCA, CFA, things like that. So for supply chain, we are looking at EPICS. The course is certified of planning and inventory management. So I know that some companies, they actually allow their procurement department to take this CPIM as one of the criteria, and it is not cheap. It is about 3,000, and we are looking at US dollar. So yeah, 3,000 US dollar is about how much of ringgit Malaysia? About 15,000, right? Yeah. So basically, the workshop today, I will, according to the ethics this workshop is carried according to the standard. So what is supply chain? Supply chain cannot start without the order. Yeah. So without the orders, without the sales, supply chain will not be existed. So actually for supply chain, first of all, we will think, why supply chain? Why supply chain is from where the supply chain existed, since when? So actually the father of supply chain is Cape. They started this, they call it supply chain since 1982. So they actually come up with the flow of supply chain, starting with sales and production development. So with the sales, with the order from customer, there goes procurement. Then from there, we will proceed to suppliers, right? We have to place orders based on the customers' PO to suppliers. Then suppliers will pass the orders to manufacturing, prepare for our components, parts, and all that. Then ship to our warehouse or logistic, then followed by consumers. Of course, consumer and shareholder, it depends on our industry. So for example, if let's say PC manufacturing, then of course their goods will be sent to consumers. Otherwise, will straight go to our shareholders, which is customers. Customer is one of our shareholders, right? So is that all? My question is that all the supply chain management flow? Do you think supply chain is all about getting orders, and then we issue PO, then we chase, then we communicate with supplier? Is that all? Yes, it's more than that. Yes, it's more than that. Because in today's supply chain process, it is more than that. You see, we are dealing with global companies. So of course they demand more than that. For example, the way we communicate with customers, is it only via email? Is it just via phone call? No. Because globally, there are a lot of portals, customers portals, what else you have, suppliers portals, vendors portals, all sorts of portals for our technology, today's technology. Yeah. So for lot control, sterilization, we have all sorts of reporting. What reporting do we have? We have MRP, is it? We have suppliers reporting, we have PO reporting, a lot of reporting. What else? What are the reportings that we are looking at nowadays? Yeah. Inventory reporting about inventory, a lot of reportings, right? Then warehouse management, we have automation, we have labor, planning, production reporting for products that we are going to ship out. Of course, we need to ensure that the product is good. So we have QA, quality control, yes. So this, all of this will group and become global supply chain cycle. So it is in order to become one of the best, we have to learn from the best. So when we are talking about supply chain, any company that comes into your mind that their supply chain is very good, that we can learn from, Toyota is one of them actually. Toyota is one of them. No, because you see, Toyota is famous for its TPS, Toyota Production System. You know why? Because they have they have their lean manufacturing. When we are talking about lean, we know that it is about reducing cost. It is about cost. So how do we reduce the cost? We have to zoom into their process to see which process we can eliminate, which ways we can reduce, so that we can improve our efficiency. So another one is Kanban, because you know Toyota is from Japan, right? So their Kanban system. Anyone heard about Kanban? Yes, is Bitrox using Kanban as well? But how about now? Is it not suitable to the production? Okay. So Kanban is, they use a card during the production. We will go through this Kanban in the next slide. And of course, other than their own production, their own manufacturing, of course they need collaboration from supplier. Because from our side, procurement, we need to liaise with supplier. If supplier do not collaborate, then it is very difficult for us. Flexible production. Their production is flexible as in they are in the, their production is one segment and one segment. So with this Kanban system, their production, they can adjust according to the previous section. So if, for example, if the section, this section A, they produce very slow. So section B, they have to adjust flexibly their schedule based on the Kanban system. So this is what we talk about the Kanban. Kanban is an order card. So their production cycle is just in time. I'm sure everyone has heard about just in time, right? So from supplier side, they have this Kanban printing. So once they receive the Kanban printing, it's a card. Once they receive the card, they will deliver the card to the warehouse. Part are retrieved. Means the part will be retrieved from the warehouse as per the order. After that, they will use the carrier to ship the items straight away, you see, transport straight away to the assembly line. What is missing here? From the order received, from the moment the order received at supplier side, until the transport shipped to the assembly line. What is this? Warehouse. Yes, warehouse. That's why they call it just-in-time production, because they want to eliminate the warehouse. Because to us, as a manufacturing line, warehouse is one of the costs. If you can reduce with this just-in-time production cycle, then definitely save a lot. So after the item is taken to the assembly line, they will start to assemble based on the part that we received. So just-in-time production is about a relationship between the plant and the suppliers. And so they eliminate the warehouse. The next one, another good example that we can look at is that. You see, their model is called direct to sale order. What? Okay. So the component manufacturer, they will ship the component to Dell itself. Or if they are not able to, they will ship to the distributor, and from distributor, ship to Dell. One question. Actually for Bitrox, right? Procurement, are you ordering from the part manufacturer itself or distributor? Combined, we have both, right? Nice. So after that, Dell will assemble the parts and then they ship to final customers. What is this? this is their supplier managed inventory. So basically, how they manage the inventory is they have all sorts of suppliers over here. So they request their suppliers to ship the parts to the supplier logistic warehouse. Then if the supplier is overseas, then of course they have a warehouse for the suppliers. If the supplier is local, the local suppliers will directly ship to factory. Right, so for their supply chain, it is direct supplier direct interaction between them and supplier. So traditional, probably we can look at this, then you will know what is missing. For traditional model, component manufacturer will ship their components to PC manufacturer, and then the product will go to distributor before they can ship out to customers. So distributor is missing because they directly ship the product straight away to customers. So that's why their product is very affordable. Because if, let's say, we need to go through distributor, then consumer need to pay more, correct? So these are one of the good examples for their supply chain framework. So of course, if the process we can take from step 1 until step 10 smoothly, everything we can go through to the direction that we want. But is that the case in reality? That's why just now we have the pirates number 8. Is that correct? Number 8. So disruption, we are talking about supply chain disruption. What are the factors? What are the things that disrupt our supply chain that are causing many issues? We need to know before we get to find the solution. Because in today's world, there are a lot of things happen in the world, for example, disasters, trade war, how about the typhoon? Typhoon, yeah. Yes, typhoon. Or cyber attacks, sort of issues happen here that are disrupting our supply chain. So, have you heard about this Maersk? It's a Danish logistic company, shipping company. This boss, they have some advice for us. Let's watch the video.
I believe 2023 is going to be another tough year, another challenge for the supply chain leaders and the supply chain managers. Of course, another opportunity to show their abilities and the ability of the profession. What I can say, what I'm certain, is that 2023 is going to be pretty uncertain. Right? The challenges that the supply chains are going to face are going to come in different chains, in different moments, in different locations, and the key is how can we prepare to react to these things. So my suggestion for people in this profession is to make sure that there are 3 things that I think are critical. One is that despite of the challenges of the short term, we also need to keep an eye on the long term. Because 2023 is going to pass, and the next years are going to come, and new challenges are going to be waiting for us. So the efforts on digitalization and sustainability need to stay as much as possible, so you could review them, but make sure that you continue to transform your supply chain in the direction. Then it's a little bit more in the short term. And for the short term, the key element is to know the priorities in terms of customers, products, categories, locations, because at some point, to be able to increase the resilience of your supply chain, you need to be making some calls. And you don't want to be, in the moment of emergency, having to figure out how to solve a problem, and also try to find out what your priorities actually are. Now, to be able to deliver on that, you need a team. That team, of course, is starting with people, so making sure that you have everybody engaged and everybody healthy and everybody quick to be able to react to the different challenges, but also to understand your team as not only the people you work with, but also your partners, because they play a major role in making sure that activities are delivered and the customers, right? Because they are the ones that are going to be impacted. So you're able to connect these parts and have some plans in terms of or alignment in terms of goals and priorities, you will help that in the moment of a challenge, you will be able to react faster, and again, it's what is going to help you not only to survive, but to thrive in the context of 2022.
So, as you can see, the names is talking about the challenges that we face in 2023. Can I ask, in 2023, do you all feel it is challenging to you in procurement? Anyone feel it's challenging? Is it a lot of issues? It is. But in fact, after the COVID-19, I feel the whole market of supply chain is getting chaos. That's why the reason why I choose the video just now, the person is talking about 2023. But to me, it is applicable even now is 2024. Because why the environment is so uncertain now. So that's why as he mentioned, we have to focus on what our priorities are. And we have to work with our suppliers. So, in order to tackle the challenges that we are facing in today's world, we need to align the supply chain to support our business strategy. When we are talking about business strategy, what business strategy we are talking about? The business strategy that we are coming out with, we should understand and tackle the business environment and develop corporate strategy. But what is our corporate strategy? Our strategy usually will follow company's direction, right? Yeah. So we have, from one side, we need to analyze and know the business environment as in supply chain framework as a whole globally and what is happening outside the world nowadays. You can see from the first word that they suggest us to do is to scan, to perform analysis, to perform analysis, to perform analysis, and to perform analysis. So analysis is very important that for these ethics, they suggest us for those who are in supply chain, we need to know from 1 to 10 the external environment. What is our customers' expectation? What is happening outside, like what is the government rules or tax changes? For example, China and US trade war, or port congestion, anything that happens externally that is going to affect us internally. So besides that, industry analysis is important. 5 forces. These are the 5 things that we can analyze in the industry to help us to make decisions and come up with a strategy. First is our competitors. What is our competitors doing? What is their core competencies? We need to understand our competitors in order to improve our production and strategy internally. Then the next one would be buyers. Buyers' powers, suppliers' powers, and threats. What are the threats outside? So these 5 forces will be aligned with our industry standards. So let's take Dell as an example. For Dell as a laptop or PC component manufacturing, they need to understand their industry standards. They cannot sell too high, they cannot sell too cheap. There is a benchmark, there is a standard over there for their industry to follow. That's why we call it benchmarking. So besides that, after we have scanned our external environment, we understand all the external issues and factors, we can perform internal analysis. We need to know our company's capabilities. We need to know what are the core competencies that we are holding, that we can compete with other companies. Then we can do a SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, what else? Strength, weakness, opportunities, and strength. So strength and weakness is we look at ourselves internally. What is our strength? What is our company's strength? And what is our company's weakness? And also what are the opportunities outside? What are the threats outside that we can tackle and we can come up with a strategy to win in the industry? So these ethics tell us that we have, okay, this is the fancy terms I would say, because manufacturing planning and control system, I believe every manufacturing industry has their own system, just different name, right? In Bishops, what do we call? For planning and control system. What system do you use? Abico system. So different companies, they have their different names. So just some definition that they want to tell us is we need to have a system to prioritize on how to allocate the resources to satisfy customers' expectation. Then this system must consider all aspects, including our parts availability, including resources, machine availability, and schedules. Of course, manpower is one of them, in order to coordinate with our suppliers and customers' schedule, expectation schedule. So just now, in the video, they mentioned about short term, they mentioned about long term. So the system that a company uses must fulfill all these long term, short term, and intermediate. Because why, as just now she said, forecast, about forecast. Forecast is very important in supply chain, especially to the manufacturing industry, because without the forecast, everything will go chaos. Either you buy more, either you buy less. And eventually, it's either we cannot meet customers' expectation or our inventory will decrease. So forecast is very important. So for this system that they suggest, firstly, we can look at long term. Because, for example, human resources. We are not going to hire a group of people, a manpower, just to work until the project ends, let's say 6 months. It's impossible. So for human resources, or machinery, technology, and location. This is considered as long-term plan that manufacturing, planning, and control system can help us. So that's why I say forecast is very important, because based on the forecast, we will come up with a strategy on hiring, on buying in the machine that help us with the production, and also location. Probably, for example, if let's say the business is expanding, we need a location which one is going to purchase or come up with a new plant, decide and all that. So this is long-term strategic planning that we need to consider using this MPC system. So for intermediate term we are talking about less than 5 years, I would say. The objective is to match the supply demand in terms of volume and product mix aligned. Then short term. Of course, short term we are looking at day-to-day schedule, involving time, like work order, like CTV that they are going to clean, manpower that need to ready for the production, the material, whether the parts are in already in order to build the CTV, equipment and facilities. So under this MPC system, we have MES, which is Master Production Schedule. This is, I would say, it's more to production side, because it involves times, manpower schedule, whether you need to, how many people need to allocate for night shift, how many people need to allocate during weekend. So this is Master Production Schedule is more on production. And then MRP, this is related to us, procurement. Can I ask how frequent in procurement side need to run the MRP? Means, for example, if you need to issue PO for procurement side, how long you will run the report?
System runs not purely for procurement, because we have order fulfillment team. Yeah, order fulfillment team. So basically the system will run almost every day, right? But our buying planning was on Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Thursday, and Friday for MRP.
Oh, so Tuesday and Friday, every buyers will have to run a new MRP report.
Not really a personal buyer, but it's like scheduled.
Oh,
Because we are already aligned with the order fulfillment. So they will load, they will review the forecast demand, and then they will firm whether there's a budget purchase. They're not fully reliant on the system.
so it is constantly changing. The forecast demand is constantly changing. So that's why buyers need to act on the report Tuesday and Friday, means twice a week.
2 times a week, plus Friday is ad hoc, so Monday is ad hoc.
Okay. Some companies, they are processing differently. Some companies, buyers only download once a week. So for Monday, there will be a new report based on the demand, based on the production schedule and the parts usage. Then every Monday, they will start to react on the report. So, what is the function of this planning and control system? Why do we need this system? To plan, to control. Because with the system, this system helps us to execute and control, to see as an overall process manufacturing. So just in case, if production overuse the parts, or many control, to buy in or to scrap, just to control and execute our strategy.
Such functions usually practices buyer team.
Procurement team, usually this will be the one, but for order fulfillment, right? Because some companies, they have different, they call the order fulfillment as demand analyst. Yeah. So they will have to review this report as well, just to align with the procurement. Yeah. So all in all, forecast demand, we need to have a forecast demand. Can you know, for forecast demand, usually how many months you will request from customer? Or customer gives usually?
Normally they'll ask for, well, not directly involved with the customer side, but usually we ask from the order fulfillment team or BD team, usually they'll ask for 6 months.
6
If
months.
they don't have that, then just go to months. But sometimes they are only know us.
If there is no forecast, then how would you perform the MPC?
Not able to. So sometimes we have to rush for the shop.
Raise and chase.
Yes.
Yes, so that's why she's very stressed. Okay, I can understand. Because usually, and it is better practice, but reality and theory is different. But it is best to get at least 2 quarters to 4 quarters of the forecast demand. Just so that we won't put our company into such a situation where our inventory will either overflow or we have to raise and chase them.
So, many of our customers have many options.
Uh-huh.
So, they can't forecast or predict that which model the customer will buy. So, it's very hard to work on forecasting. What aspiration purchase and what aspiration focus.
Correct.
Because sometimes this is pinpoint.
Correct. That's why this is part of the challenging that we face in supply chain actually. So once we have the forecast, from there we get to determine our potential options for production. Then from the options that we have, we can buy our resources, we can start to purchase, we can arrange the inventory and all that. Then we have to self-assess our procurement performance. But just now I heard someone mention that in procurement there is a KPI as well. What is the KPI for procurement?
We cost saving,
Cost saving.
cost saving, and then similar time delivery. Number of project that we work with similar like the one GIT and
So these are their KPIs that they have a report to trace. So and what is the percentage of the OTT and
OTD we have set at 98%.
it's quite high? That's why all of them are stressed. Understood. But this is actually very good practice. So the key takeaway of MPC system is actually integration. What the epics want to tell us is that each and every department need to collaborate. So BD or other fulfillment team or procurement, all of us need to work together to iterate, to manage our supply chain effectively. But of course, again, reality is one thing, theory is one thing. adapt to the demand changes. So for example, if bidding, they don't go and chase for orders, how procurement is going to process? Yeah. So integration is very important. And last but not least, performance measurement, like just now you said about the KPI. Yeah. So all these are very important to ensure a company is in good condition. And with this, we can build our core competencies to apply in global supply chain. This is overall. Basically we can look at demand side, because once we have demand, and the demand is based on the forecast. So once forecast received, then we will manage the demand based on the total orders in terms of the value, and also by different projects. Then how many units? Then we distribute the requirement planning to the production. So from supplier side, means our side, we are going to supply our product to the customer, right? So resource planning, how many resources do we need in terms of machinery, in terms of manpower, in terms of time and all that? Yeah. So from there, once we get the forecast, we get to plan our resources to support the production. Rough cut capacity planning. Rough cut capacity planning is a long-term planning on manpower side. So that's why we say forecast, it is better for us to get 2 quarter to 4 quarter, so that you get to plan your resources. Although it's impossible, I mean near to impossible, but it is actually good for the company. Then capacity requirement planning. So in order to fulfill this demand side and supply side, we need to have a strategic planning based on the forecast that we receive for production, for MPS, then for MRP. Then after the planning, we can proceed to purchase, issue order. So this is the case. So in order to come out a good strategy, we need to know where we are going. Anyone does not have Waze, the apps, I'm sure everyone is using, right? Yeah, because even now, when I go to work, I open Waze. I go back, I open Waze. It's not like we do not know how to go home, but with Waze, it helps us to know, to estimate the time to go back on the road. So strategic roadmap is very important. We need to know where we are going, but how? Where is our destination? Company's mission and vision is where we need to go, we need to achieve. So the roadmap shows the steps of an organization that need to take in order to achieve their long-term goal. By how? By aligning their resources and actions to fulfill and to match with the objective, company's objective. But why do we need this strategic roadmap? Because without this, we are not going anywhere. Everyone will just do what they like. Everyone will just, okay, today I want to issue PO, I issue. I don't control suppliers' shipment delivery. I just do, as long as the part comes, then okay. Is that so? because everything that we do, we need to follow company's vision and mission. Can I ask, what is Vitrox's vision and mission? Anyone? Anyone? To contribute on the advancement of technology, is it? And to take care of? No! Anyone? Anyone?
Contribute to the advancement of society and well-being of human kind through prevention and innovation.
Yes. So it's about technology advancement and to take care of human beings. So what means whatever you do in Vitrox, it is to create advanced technology. And that's why in the company, you are doing what your company's objectives in order to achieve vision and mission. So same as supply chain, we would have to come up with a strategic roadmap in order to achieve company's long-term goal. But of course, an objective is an objective that we know what is the timeline. Objective is very specific that everyone get to achieve. Otherwise, we wouldn't know what we need to do as an employee, as a staff in the company. So that's why we need to align with the organization goals. But of course, a roadmap is a roadmap. There must be some challenges. So that's why we have management, we have team leader, we have everyone together to come up with a strategy and to overcome the challenges. But in order to overcome the challenges, we need to know what are the issues. Change management. For supply chain, it is very important that if we do not know what is happening in our environment, how are we going to make changes? Right. So if we do not know, we cannot effectively manage and come up with a strategy. And if we do not know, how are we going to allocate the resources to initiate the strategy to overcome the challenge? So of course, after you allocate the resources and you manage the changes, we need to monitor and we need to adapt ourselves into that environment. Okay, I have some quizzes. Can you Google quizzes? QUIZZ. okay. Okay, the activities. And the So everyone ready? Okay, the quiz will start now. Everyone is completed, right? So our champion is Anne. Okay, so we can have a 5 minutes bio break, and then we will come back again. still here, so means everyone is in the correct class. Yeah. Okay, so after the break, we are going to talk about supply chain trend, the trend in 2024. So as a buyer in procurement, I just want to ask any issue or any challenges that you face in 2024 that is different, probably different compared to 2023 or before COVID. Is there any differences that you can spot? Any? Sorry? The purchase trend, not able to predict it. Correct.
Previously, we were able to predict what's the purchase trend,
Mhm.
what would be the demand building.
Uh-huh.
Now we're not able to.
So this will affect our forecast, you mean? Okay. Any other challenges that you face that you'd like to share? How about? Any issue you face in shipment or supplier not able to fulfill your orders? Anyone from that?
Customer prefers the one shorter.
Shorter lead time to deliver the products. So this is good.
Sometimes they request 2 weeks, then they want fast.
Means it's shorter than our company give the customer. The lead time is shorter, is it?
So always urgent.
Always urgent. Yes. That's one of the challenge. Any challenge from?
Access inventory.
Excess inventory. Why there is some excess in inventory? Is it because overload?
Because of multiple reasons. For example, higher MOQ or the machine cannot sell.
Higher MOQ from the parts that we are going to purchase from supplier, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Because all of the challenges that you mentioned just now is going to come out in the next slide. These are the challenges that we face in 2024. So usually, I still remember after COVID-19 happened in Malaysia, it was Chinese New Year Eve where everyone is enjoying their reunion dinner with the family. I only have 15 minutes for the reunion dinner. After that, I have to rush my orders to check my shipment back when I was a buyer. The situation is very hectic until we have to work until midnight. This was the trend after COVID-19. But apparently, 2023 and 2024, there are even more issues happen out there. One of the challenges was port congestion. I still remember it was the beginning of 2024, and after Israel and Palestine, they declared war. So our shipment got delayed. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, 1 month. So that time, the shipment issue was port congestion. It is very, very serious because after they have declared the war, and then here comes the Red Sea incident. Are you affected by this Red Sea incident? No, not really. Because the shipment, anywhere from, usually from which country?
Mostly our majority of
From Asia, from China.
China, Japan,
But it is not affected.
not really.
Us.
Previously, when the war between Russia and
Ukraine, yes. That time it is affected, yes. Ukraine and Russia's war was affecting the whole supply chain as well. You know why? Because Russia, they are supplying raw material to China, to Hong Kong, and all that. So for that war, raw material is affected. For Israel and Palestine war, shipment is affected. We will go through this one by one. Why the port is congested? Why the port is congested is because the rising cargo volume. When globally the supply chain, everyone wants everything to be fast. So if the flow got disrupted, then the cargo will stuck in the port. So that's why the cargo volume is congested in the port, but not able to ship out. So some vessels, they are not able to dock the port because there are a lot of vessels loading, there are a lot of vessels stopping over there, so the port is congested. And you know, during the COVID-19, capacity is limited because due to when they have COVID-19, they have to isolate their manpower. So that's why capacity is one of the concerns. If the port is congested, the capacity is limited, then of course the handling will be delayed. So all of these issues happen is because of the economic factor. Like what we have just mentioned, the pandemic, the wars, and the China-US trade policies and all that, all are affected in our supply chain. So because the port is congested, we demand more container. We want to move everything out from supplier to move faster to us. But the port is congested. The container is limited. So they are asking us, are you willing to pay more? Now I have increased maybe 50% of the price to get the container for you. Are you willing to pay? So that's why the rate is increasing very high. What is the impact to us? When our goods demand from customer increase, but we are not able to ship out from the port, then we have to pay more. But we are not, if let's say port is congested, we are not able to ship the goods via sea, then we have to opt for air. We can opt for air, but of course we need to pay more. So these are the concerns. Charges, freight is one of the concerns for supply chain in 2020. Like I mentioned just now, container shortage. So for all this happen in port or our shipment method, it disrupts our supply chain. Next one is one of the challenges that we face, resources scarcity. It's the one we mentioned during just now, Russia and Ukraine war. The raw material depletion. They are not able to get the raw material to produce the parts and the component, and therefore they are not able to supply to us. For raw material, I think it is very limited if, let's say, the product that they produce is very rare, for example, battery. Because right now, like EV is very hot demand in the market. So lithium is one of the resources, raw material that they are requiring, but unfortunately, lithium is quite rare. But in our case, for manufacturing industry, right, there are many other resources that can be used. So resources scarcity, I think it is less likely will happen in manufacturing. So why raw material scarcity will disrupt the supply chain is if they do not have the raw material, then they are not able to produce the goods, the resources to us. Production delay. The production delay is one of the costs that will delay the parts shipped to us for supplier side. There are a lot of like ECN or design or any other changes in supplier's side, or the part is going to obsolete or out of stock that they are not able to ship to us. So I think this ECN or upref issue happen in procurement as well, right? Where customers suddenly would announce ECN to us, then we have to faster source the material and all that. Yeah, so this happened to us as well. And inventory management issue, like what the guy did now, the floor, from the floor, they mentioned about inventory management. If we are not able to manage the inventory in our company, like for example, the quantity of inventory is not visible or is not accurate, then this will cause production delay because we do not have sufficient part to produce the production. That causes the production delay. Materials shortage, that's what we mentioned just now. So of all these issues that we are going to see in 2024, how are we going to overcome them? Actually, one of the ways to overcome the challenge is we have to check the news, market alert every day. Because through the news, we get to know what is happening globally. So like my part as a supply chain specialist, reading news is one of the main things I need to do as our job task. So for example, US trade war. Because I think it is good that once the thing happens, we know immediately, then we get to strategize, we get to plan, we get to contact our supplier, we get to come up with the ideas how to overcome the challenge immediately rather than wait for sometimes later, then something will be very late already. So Russia-Ukraine war, we have mentioned just now. Hamas Jewish attack is the Red Sea incident that I have mentioned just now. So all this news actually, what I do is, once I've read the news, if I see there is a potential risk to the company, like for example, our supplier is located in Russia or in US or those countries affected, then what we can do is we can broadcast the message to the whole procurement to create an alert to the buyers and to communicate, to check with the suppliers. Are they affected? Are these orders going to ship on time to reach us by ETA? So from there we get to predict and to encounter. Samsung. Is the Samsung incident affected in Vitrox? No, right? Okay. Because some companies, they are buying from Samsung. So for this, in May, it happened in May. So once we have read the news about Samsung, they are protesting, they are doing some riots. So straight away we broadcast the message to the whole procurement to say, okay, are you buying from Samsung? Can you check with the supplier whether the orders still able to ship as affected or affected? This passive component is one of the, okay, this one happened in one of the MNC company where they are buying from Yagyo. It's the I mean, Vitrox is using, is buying from Yagyo, right? Yagyo, they have some issues where their component is not able to ship out due to limited capacity and limited resources because they are focusing on AI demand. They are supplying all their parts to AI production. Yeah, so that's why if let's say there is a component that needed from Yagyo, then they will base on the order quantity basis to ship out the parts. So this is one of the impact. It's quite huge impact to some companies who are using that. So in order to handle these challenges like resources, war or shipment delay or port congestion and everything, again we are coming back to this demand forecast. So ideally, according to Everest, 2 and 4 quarter of demand forecast would be safe to company. And another one is predictive lead time. Have everyone heard about predictive lead time? Predictive, no. This lead time, they are using AI to calculate, to predict, instead of just blindly believe and take whatever supplier gives the lead time. This one we will talk about that. Then after that is automated inventory alert. Like it is actually using AI as well, machine learning kind of thing, because we have system as company to counter to to handle global supply chain. It is good that we have the system to track, to make the quantity, to make the numbers visible to us. From there we get to know and strategize clearly. Then prioritize forecast in order to streamline the inventory. So control inventory flow is another method that we can use other than market lead time, market alert, sorry. JIT. I think JIT inventory is quite fancy, but because when we are talking about inventory, everyone keep telling us JIT. In order to do away the warehouse, right? But this method, this theory could not be applicable to all of the manufacturing industry. It depends, because if you are building something small, of course you can adapt this JIT inventory. But if you are doing something big, then it is important for us to think where are the supplier logistics center if you can be set up. So for the concept of this JIT, of course we need to aim to reduce inventory level, right? Just 3 to 5 days before the production started. The ideal logic for JIT is 3 to 5 days, right? So in order to implement this JIT, we need to collaborate with suppliers, and we need to make sure that supplier is willing to ship their parts to the supplier logistics center. Because when suppliers ship their parts to supplier logistics center, we are not required to pay. We are only required to pay when we pull out the parts or components from the center. So if we are using this JIT inventory, then supplier might complain. We are shipping, we are supplying these parts continuously to the center, but we are not getting any money because you haven't pulled it.
The supplier logistics center, like, is purely for particular supplier only, or they might consult with the different suppliers parts in the warehouse.
You can consolidate together, because if your warehouse, you have a system to track. For example, you are buying from supplier A, then how many they have putting in the parts in the center. Supplier B, supplier C. You have the system visible, then it is okay. Besides, you can also request supplier to provide report to you.
But the warehouse cost is bear by the supplier, right?
This one you have, it depends.
It depends.
It depends. But if the warehouse is spent by supplier, is it difficult to pull the parts whenever needed? So usually if supplier is willing to join this JIT, they are willing to supply the part without having you to pay, then definitely they are not willing to pay.
So if there's a scenario that if I have the suppliers hub in only in Singapore, so those Singapore suppliers, they are able to participate in this program. So they will send all their parts to the 3PL the warehouse. So then we will do the item, like let's say I want to make put it to our warehouse. Is that something related?
It is similar. It is similar. But in order to how to say, to cover this JIT inventory, it is better that you have the parts near to your production.
Means local.
Yes. Then whenever you need it, you can pull. And it would be ideal if this center is in your warehouse.
So it's considered
Consignment is from customer, right? So instead of having, you have to pay for additional warehouse fee, it depends on how many suppliers participate in this GIT. You can also allocate just a corner, but you need to have someone to manage. Then, yeah.
Because some suppliers, instead of their warehouse cost, right, most that they consign their item at our warehouse, so they keep it stock here. So whenever we have we just do from our warehouse, and then they will do us.
Means after you put, after you consume, then only they will use. That's part of that. That is part of that.
But the risk is that is there any damages, physical damages that's based on the cost? Because they keep the stock in the warehouse.
So this is the risk that you are facing. I see.
It also increase the warehouse cost. Economic savings and resources.
Correct. Unless supplier is willing to pay for additional warehouse, which is highly unlikely because they are supporting us for this GI already. But definitely, one of the requirements that they could suggest us is that aging, the days of aging. Because if they ship the parts to us and allow us to pull whenever we need, how if we don't need? How if we don't need the part 1 year? Yeah, so they will, one of the requirements that they will give to us is that days of aging. Within 180 days or 100 days or 90 days, if you are not using it, you still have to put in already. Yeah. So this is one of the reasons. So predictive is lead time is, I think this concept is quite new. It happens, I think, 3 years ago. It started from US, if not mistaken. What they do is that they are collecting all the lead time based on different parts. For example, you need to have NPN, you need to have manufacturing part number, you need to have lead time, you need to have lead time as in production lead time, you need to have transit lead time, and you put into a system, and they will run using a machine learning system. So what they will do is they will accumulate the lead time that supplier offer to you, and they will accumulate for 5 years. Then they average the lead time. 5 years. Then from there you get to predict the lead time instead of accepting whatever supplier gives us. So this is quite new, I think. In Malaysia, I'm not sure if they are doing it. Some MNC, I'm aware they are also doing this, but this is still in infancy stage. That's why the lead time they will not take from open market. They will take from either supplier or manufacturing from the manufacturer. Yes. Correct. Because we realize some suppliers, they want to have some buffer. Although we have already placed the order, but they don't commit according to the lead time. They commit far away the lead time in order to probably meet their finance department requirements, or in order to reduce the inventory risk. Yeah. So that's why some of the company, they are using predictive lead times. But how accurate is that? We do not know. It is still in infant stage that we can explore and try to fit all to our condition. There's some other method that we can use is ABC analysis. Have anyone heard about ABC? Yeah, it is applying in here as well, right? Yeah, so part A is the most expensive inventory, and usually the lead time for part A is long or short? Short, correct. Yeah, because it is expensive, and we need to accurately control the quantity purchased. So that's why usually part A is handled by senior executive, I think. Is that so?
Because currently our buyers is handled by different business units.
Different business units.
Yeah, so they have a cover from A and C.
So is there any risk that if they mix?
Definitely there's a risk. That's why we put some people to see that we want to handle this with the suppliers.
Correct.
Purchase order price to reduce the risk of the supply.
Correct. Because for part A, it is very difficult to manage, especially the supplier. Yeah. So the supplier's difficulty is there, and because of the price and because of to reduce the inventory, then we need to use the ABC analysis. So category A is the most valuable one, and category B is moderate, and category C is usually how to say the Yagyo part and all that. Passive components, correct. So like what that guy mentioned just now, MOQ is one of the issues for inventory control. So what we can do is actually to negotiate with the supplier for lower MOQ. Of course, usually if we buy for MOQ, the price will be better. The price will be cheaper. But if it is still depending on our production, I would say, and the forecast demand. Yeah, if not, we get a cheaper price of the part, but it becomes our inventory. And that's one of the challenge. So we have this scenario. Company is buying component. So the component itself is $1 per pieces. And the MOQ is 100. So if you want to buy per MOQ, then you will have to spend 100. Right? But how many quantity that production needs? The production only needs 10 pieces for the assembly build. Then we charge probably 100% for customer. So we buy it $1. We sell to customer $2. Our profit is $1. So times 10 that we need, we charge customer 20. So although we have $10 as profit, but on the other hand we have 90 inventory. So how many profit that we have made? How much? It is actually negative 8. Yeah. So to minimize the quantity of MOQ is one of the best way that company can do. So from all the challenges, the strategy that we are discussing today, it helps us in risk management. Because we need to know, we need to analyze what is happening in the global environment, supply chain. From there, we get to counter our strategy to the challenge. From there, we get to manage the risk. So coming, I will have case study for everyone. We can have each of the table will do and will present later. We will have 2 questions only. So since we have讲解。Everyone has the case study. Probably Vincent, you want to join them together? So for this table, probably you are collaboration. one representative from each table to present for the answers. Be careful. So who is going to present? Just 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, then you elaborate a little bit.
光明难移。
So lead time is one.
Lead time is one.
They are going to shorten the lead time.
Yes.
Then the second one is
The cost.
the cost to purchase higher MOQ for better pricing to save cost.
Yes.
Okay.
So another one will be the low inventory holding because their model is direct purchase, from supplier to the customer. The supplier and then the Dell manufacturing,
Correct.
and then directly to the customer. So this is why they can reduce their inventory holding.
Inventory management.
Yeah, they can pull the material when they need, and then they manufacture, and then they ship to customer directly.
Nice. Okay.
So for the second one, we'll talk about how Accreditation supplier partnership play a role in the supply chain.
What role do strategic supplier partnership plays in their supply chain management? Yes. So you answer this.
Yeah, so the first point we have is geographical diversification. Because in this background of this case study, you mentioned about Dell has suppliers from different regions, right? And so if when we have suppliers from different regions, we have this geographical diversification, then it can reduce the risk of disruption, which is especially caused by the regional issues, like natural disaster. If it happens in China, then we still have suppliers from other countries to support.
Nice. Yes, good. Okay. So geographically is one of the benefits for supplier partnership, and then the second one.
And also cost efficiency and inventory management.
Uh-huh.
So when there's a close collaboration with the suppliers, we can better negotiate in terms of more favorable terms and conditions. And also it also allows companies to keep the inventory lower because when maybe we can collaborate with suppliers and can get like a request from them that can keep the inventory for us. So instead of we paying the cost, so the supplier can have to bear this cost, which is can reduce the cost outside.
Means they can effectively manage their inventory to lower the inventory. Yes, very nice. That's clear. And how about this side? Who is going to represent?
Okay.
Okay. So yours is question number three. Okay, what is the question? Can you read out?
So, we'll have multiple products in the inventory which will cause high inventory when they're dealing direct to customer services.
Okay.
So, next one will be higher in profit margin because we'll skip through distributor. And the last one will be a reduced lead time, which will reduce the transition period from the factory to supplier and supplier to end customer.
So reduce the lead time, which is
Yes.
same as table one. Okay, nice. And this table, who is going?
Okay, our question is number 2. So, the first one, I think, will be enhance the efficiency and responsiveness, which is they'll openly share its production schedule, sales forecast, something like that to strategy suppliers, so that they can quickly adapt to the changes in demand.
Means they'll share their forecast to the supplier. Okay.
So they can adjust their inventory levels, production schedules, and delivery timelines more effectively.
Okay. Nice.
Another one is to cut off the middlemen, which is they'll buy components directly from AMD, Samsung, Intel, like that, for like CPUs, memories, storage drives, like something like that, rather than through intermediaries.
Means diversify the supplier list.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, nice.
The last point, still back to the technology just now, because in this era we're all using AI, right?
Yes.
So we provide more accurate demand forecasting to suppliers. So overall supply chain will be more effective.
So it is related to planning and control system. Yes, nice. And how about the last?
Mine is question 1. My answer similar to the other two. The first one is reduce inventory.
Reduce inventory.
Can bear lower inventory cost. Then second will be improving the lead time. Then
Improving the
all
lead
the better providing to the customer. Then the third one is minimize the supply chain disruptions risk.
Reduce the supply chain disruption risk. Correct.
Then I still got 2 points.
Ah, so we have additional two. Nice, nice.
Yeah, I think you will be winning a lot of customers as well because you supply to B2B and
Uh-huh.
customers.
So in return, the price is lower. Of course, they get to win the customers. Is that
Able
correct?
to earn more.
They able to earn more because they have a huge customer pool. Okay, okay. Mhm.
Then another one is reduce the risk of damage. They can reduce the risk of damage. For example,
Yes.
if you ship to distributor that might cause us any damage, then they need to return back.
Alright, then there will be warranty issue and all that that they have to do after sales. Correct, right? Nice.
That's all.
Oh, nice. Okay, so means today we have learned about the supply chain challenge and what are the strategies that we can come up with to counter the challenges that we are facing in our supply chain globally.